Hey, my name's Phil. I work on a 32 meter yacht, so fairly small as a sole engineer. And boats this size don't have a huge amount of compulsory paperwork to do, not even planned maintenance systems. It's advised as best practices, but because of that, boats don't always want to shell out for things like IDEA. So what I've done is I've made this little tool, which is kind of like IDEA. In something called Airtable, which is a no-code relational database builder. And that's all IDEA is a form of relational database with some automations in there. I haven't got any automations in here yet. It's just like a record-keeping tool. So I'm going to show you around. The template's going to be available for free. Airtable is free for something like record keeping, just like this. And then even if you get the packages with like automations where you can build automations and have like AI over the top of it and stuff, they start from like 20 euros a month and go up, but it's never more than like 60 or 70, I think. So very cheap compared to what yachts have to pay usually. So anyway, I'll just show you what I've built. I've got this record keeping tab here, and then I've got equipment, schematics, maintenance log, a defects list, inventories, and a contacts list as well. So I'll start with equipment. I've divided them up into categories just so it's easier to find stuff. And then within this table, you have all these fields. So like the equipment name, make, model, serial numbers. And then this is where the linking bit is. So this here is defects and maintenance logs. So anything that's logged as a defect or a maintenance item against the main engine will also show up here. So that's where like the relationship thing comes in. We've also got all the spares that are linked to the main engine. So if I click on it, it's also a nice place to store all your manuals. It's got like a built-in PDF viewer, which is quite nice. It's not like the most functional PDF viewer, but you can download it and open it in Acrobat if you like need to use it a lot for a task. As you go down, you've got all the spares here, which all the quantities, when we get into the inventory section, will show all the quantities and like the target quantities that I'd like to keep on board. And then here's the maintenance log. So I categorize things into planned maintenance, defects, or improvements. Yeah, and it's just a very simple log. You can add attachments like this oil sample report here. And that's pretty much it for the equipment stuff. Like I've got absolutely everything here. This quick find tab's pretty good. So if I want to check all the through hole valves, for example, I can just click on this and they all come up and I can say that I've checked them, and it's just easy to find everything. If you're like a new engineer on here, you could go around and find them all your pumps. Come the end of the season, you're going to want to start thinking about pump servicing. So you can just pull up everything here. Got a few different bits and pieces there, but you can add, the beauty of this is you can customize it to how you want it. So yeah, part of this same table is the schematics and drawings. So here I've categorized them into system schematics or construction drawings. So for example here, freshwater. This is your freshwater system on board, the system schematic. So I can just really easily find that, bring it straight up. Kind of beats like a folder structure sometimes. Yeah, and that's the freshwater system. There's a mobile app as well, so you can do this on the fly or on your tablet. Also got construction drawings. So there's tons in here. It's just like a nice way of keeping everything all together. Yeah, it's all nice color coded, whatnot. This is probably the main one for like showing your surveyor and stuff like that, or handovers to the incoming engineer, is your maintenance log. So here I've got them divided into planned maintenance, defects, and improvements. So for example, here you go, like a few days ago did the generator service. So it's linked to the bit of equipment, just says that I did the 250 hour 3-month service, and the only thing like out of the ordinary was like time was a little bit. Yeah, most recent thing, vacuumed lint that's caused from the dryer in the extraction line. Yeah, whatever. I've got defects here. So all the defects that are completed and sorted go in this list. So that's everything that we've done, and then like I've got an improvement log as well of things we've just changed to make our life easier. And then outstanding defects, so things I've identified like non-conformities or defects, go in here. I just throw them all in here, and then if I think I can get it done in the summer, or if it's just a little job I don't have to tear the boat apart, then I'll just stick it in here as an engineer's job. And then as the winter comes around, I'll drag these over into this plan section, start contacting contractors. And yeah, you can just drag these cards around in this sort of Kanban system, if you like. It's a pretty useful way of doing it, in my opinion. Next is the consumables. These are all my, not consumables, sorry, my inventories. These are all the boxes that I've got on board in the bilges, so I can keep track of everything, quickly order stuff. When I'm doing an order, I can see what I've got, what I haven't got. And yeah, it's obviously just good to keep track of. This is where you can see the target quantities, actual quantities. Obviously, you just got to keep updating them when you use stuff. And then finally is just the contacts, which is everyone that's sort of done a substantial amount of work that could be handy to be able to contact in the future if you have a problem with something. And that's pretty much it. You just this is like an interface, so there's also like a back end, but here you can add all the things. So like if you get a new maintenance item, you can just add an entry log in here. But then yeah, you can also like go to the back end, which is all this, and you can really edit everything that you want. And then in the interfaces, you can edit what you want to be able to edit in the interface. So it's a bit more of a restricted version, as you'd normally like see a web application. So yeah, I'm going to leave a link for this template. I'm also going to leave a link for a view-only version of what I've got, so you can see how I've done it. And maybe for a new engineer or someone on a boat with a more limited budget, this could be helpful for you guys. If you've got any questions, just shoot me a message and I'll be happy to help. I'm going to keep updating this. I might add some automations, but I don't know, it took like 2 or 3 days and then like some fettling over a week or so to do. It's not particularly hard, you could just make it yourself. But yeah, I'll put the template up. It's a place for you to start. Check it out.